Welcome back, everybody. Harry here, known as Trade Shop, and today I'm bringing you this update. Bitcoin had a nice dump yesterday, continuing after breaking below this range we discussed in my previous video in the 85,000. What did it come and do? It came down and filled the range. Now, I did say yesterday that I was expecting price to come down to 44.2. It ended up coming to 44, 9. So, if, pretty close to where I expected it. Just logically looking at the chart, I expected it to, wick down and at least touch the bottom of this range here. But we can see that, it came close. And now, as long as we didn't break below this pivot here at 44,000, we wouldn't go to the next level, right? And this is why I'm kind of sitting back and letting it go level by level, right? And you can see how, we broke below the first level. We came fill the second level. As we broke below the next level, we came and filled that level. Now breaking above, you can see here on the same wick, we broke above back into this level. Looking left, we have clean candles here. So high chance we come up and fill that level. And you can see here that if you coming back filling here, we came up, wicked and filled the whole level, right? And unfortunately, this morning we didn't manage to close above that 51,000 pivot. Now, that is the pivot that would turn me around because if you were to look at the 2 day, it would be essentially putting in a beautiful higher low, right? And if we take away the drawings and you just look at pure price action, you can see here's a low, here's another low, and that would be a higher low. So as long as this low is now holding, and how do we know? Well, it will, validating its own wick will be a first sign. But the 2 day is closing, in a lot of time. So obviously validating this wick down here, but that's going to end up with the price closing below our next range, right? So it's looking, we're still holding structure, right? This is still structure on the higher time frames. Yes, lower structure was broken, but as soon as lower structure was broken, we can see we did already have the dump move. So things are starting to pick up. Now, this is a classic play, all right? And this is a classic play that I've told you guys about for quite some time. And you can see here that, look what happened here, right? If I bring my drawings out, we can see we have a range, right? And we can see we have a wick, and we've created a support within that range. As this candle drive down to break this current wick, we can see the movement after that, right? And, continuation was, I was saying, under this wick. But look, we're basically having something else a little bit different, right? Which is, we've created a range, right? Here's our range, all right? We've closed back in the range, we've filled the range, we've created a wick, and now we've created a resistance. This candle is now driving up, so it's basically the reverse of this. If it breaks this wick, we could see some upside movement. Now, upside movement is a high chance of upside movement, but a closure is not confirmed, and that's what I need to see. I would need to see a closure above this area here for me to start driving targets up to 53,000, which on that case it would start looking good, and the 3 day will end up closing above the topside Bollinger Band. Wrong one. Here we go. You could see that, no, not the 3 day. What am I getting mixed? All right, we're very far from the Bollinger Band. But yeah, you could see that at least we would be start coming up the ranges. So what do I essentially look for? Well, if we maintain in this range, I'm pretty happy with price action, to be honest. I don't think it won't make sense for me to get immediately bullish, especially after such a dump. I don't think we will have a V-shaped recovery. Very rarely do we see V-shaped recovery in Bitcoin's history, going off a 2 day time frame. You don't really see a V-shaped recovery. Most V-shaped recoveries do get sold into. Just looking back at history, here's a V-shaped recovery, and we dump back into. But it would be more relevant on the daily time frame. Here's V-shape, and it sold back into and then picked up. So I do think that we probably play out a range. So let's go and find out where this range will be played out and wrap this video up. Look at Ethereum at the end. Uh, so this range, essentially, the range is, let's see on the 4 hour To be honest, playing a range between here 51 and 48,000 will be beautiful. Even coming down to 45,000, I don't mind. I know it's a pretty big range, but just ranging in between here, something like this is perfect. And then we can break and then start and then continue, right? More of an accumulation, which accumulation is very healthy to see in Bitcoin. And yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for. Quickly looking at Stokes and momentum. Stoke on the 4 hour has just crossed up, which is very positive to be honest. 1 hour is still crossing down and it needs to close where we are, which is coming in at 41 minutes. So still some time of trading. We might get rejected at this resistance again. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Looking at Ethereum, Ethereum had a nice. Oh, the Ethereum looks good to be honest. I think Ethereum will move up here to minimum here to 721. I don't see why it would stop before then unless BTC gets rejected. But Ethereum, will have a try up to 718. Do I think it's ready to start breaking our levels? No, I don't think it's ready to start breaking our levels. But I don't see why it can't pop up, yeah, to 730. And then probably play out the range. Ethereum's range will be probably around here and the bottom of the yeah again Ethereum a big range. Ethereum range I'm more looking for Ethereum to range between uh $200 range unfortunately between 730 and 153. So we'll see how that goes. With that being said, remember guys, take care, trade sharp. Until tomorrow, peace.